People have this imagination that working from home is great. You don't have to wake up early in the morning like when you have to go to the office, because if you're late, you might lose your job. You have to dress up appropriately and then get stuck in the traffic, who knows for how long. But the reality is entirely different. Working from home is way difficult because you're simply going to get lazy, especially if you keep waking up at random times. Why go to bed early when you don't have to wake up early in the morning? Your discipline is going to fade away. And I'm saying that based on my personal experience, and anyone else who worked from home would tell you pretty much the same thing. Because working around the same time, dressing up and having some morning routine is an excellent way to keep yourself motivated and productive. But since we're all stuck in this quarantine, many of us are losing the motivation to do anything and aren't used to work from home. We are getting lazy. Whether you have to work from home or want to keep yourself motivated, here are a few tips that I would like to share with you that have been helping me for years to stay motivated while working from home. Start with the task completed. I've been working from home for years already, and I have tried different ways to keep myself both motivated and productive. But what I never took seriously is making my bed first thing in the morning, until I came across the speech by Admiral William McRaven at University of Texas back in 2014. It might seem like a small and an insignificant task, but by finishing one task, it will motivate you to do another task that I have experienced personally. When you wake up and check your social media first thing in the morning, it gets much more challenging to get up and do something. Whereas when you complete a small task such as making your bed, it sends a message to your brain: one task is completed and it's time to move to another task. So one task completed will soon turn into many tasks completed. Second, drink 2 cups of water and get some fresh air. Do not jump directly into working. Prepare yourself first, because if you do not, what might end up happening is that you turn on your computer and you start to procrastinate. You might turn on Netflix or YouTube, and next time you check the time, you realize that hours has already passed. So first, get yourself hydrated by drinking 2 or 3 cups of water. Remember, you're made out of water, so not drinking water for 7 or 8 hours is going to make you feel lazy. So a simple method to motivate yourself is to get yourself hydrated. But as living creatures, you need some fresh air. Usually I just go out for a little jog in the morning. Your body needs that. Being locked down in one place can easily lead to depression and anxiety. And if you really can't leave because of this quarantine, at least open your window and breathe for a few minutes to get some fresh air. But to be honest, I believe that even in the middle of this crisis, people should be encouraged to go for a little jog at least. It will help us to stay active and spend this difficult period a bit more wisely instead of just lying on the bed the entire day. The point isn't to run for an hour until you get yourself exhausted. The purpose is to change your environment and get yourself into working mood. So I usually jog for 15 or 20 minutes at best every morning. Workout in the morning. And if you want to get the best out of it, follow it up with a short workout routine. I'm not a big fan of working out in the morning because it drains out your energy and willpower that you're supposed to spend on more pressing matters. But your body needs to move and stretch after 8 hours of sleep. You know those days when you spend the entire day just lying on your bed? You start getting lazier and tired, whereas if you get up and do something, you start getting more and more productive. So working out, or at least stretching and doing some lightweight workouts, would encourage you to get more done. And don't forget to shower in the morning. Even Elon Musk said that showering could have the largest and most positive impact on your life. It might sound like an exaggeration, but it helps anyway, so don't miss it. Next, dress up as if you're going out. What I also practice, and you might have heard other people suggesting it as well, is dressing up as if you're going out. The purpose is to trick your brain into thinking that you're ready to work. If you wear the exact same clothes you were sleeping with or usually wear at home, it pushes your brain to think that you are at home and you're supposed to relax. But dressing up and preparing yourself as if you're going out to an office would trick your brain into imagining that it's time to work. It really works, try it out. Fifth, have a separate workplace. I remember when I moved to a different city, I rented a studio since I wasn't planning to stay there for long. After a week or so, I realized that I started getting lazy. I felt like I didn't want to work at all. So the next day I decided to work at the local Starbucks. Guess what happened? That feeling of laziness disappeared. I don't think it has much to do with the Starbucks coffee, but I started getting lazy because everything I did was in one single room. I slept, worked, and even had food delivered to that studio. Don't be surprised that you're lazy if you aren't leaving your room at all. And that's why going for that morning jog in the morning is also essential. I am convinced that separating your sleeping place from your working place is going to have a significant impact on your motivation. Clean up your desk the night before you go to bed. To keep myself motivated to work starts way ahead of the morning, the night before I go to bed. I'm not sure about other people, but personally I feel like I'm more motivated to work when my room, office, desk, or the place I work is clean. But I don't like cleaning up first thing in the morning because it takes a lot of willpower and I would love to put that energy into more important tasks. So before I go to bed, I make sure that I clean up the desk so the next morning when I get out of the shower and dress up appropriately, I can start tackling important tasks. Make a short to-do list of your most essential tasks. However, the thing is that not every task is equally important. Some are much more important and urgent than others, and some tasks can wait another day or two or even a week. Before I start working, I make a short list of 2 to 3 most important tasks of the day. These tasks are so important that if I accomplish them within the day, I would consider the day to be successful, such as writing a script for the video. It takes hours and hours of research and work, but if I do not, the day is wasted. So I would start working on them first thing in the morning, and the goal is to accomplish at least 2 of them by afternoon before having lunch. It's afternoon and I have already accomplished so much. You have no idea what a strong psychological impact it has on me to achieve even more throughout the rest of the day. But to do that, I wake up at 7 AM and start working 8:30 to 12 PM, with short breaks in the middle but 0 distractions. I even keep my phone in a different room. Work with teams. Here's another thing I found out that keeps me motivated, is when I work with teams. When other people are dependent on me, when their work can't be accomplished without mine. It forces me to get the job done in order not to leave my teammates down. Take an example of this channel. When I started it, I didn't know what I was doing. I would procrastinate on making videos, but then I hired graphic designers, animators to help me with the process. I can't procrastinate because I have a deadline to meet since my teammates are dependent on me. So whatever you are doing, try to create a team around it or join a team. A great team would always inspire you. Many of these tips might not seem to make a huge difference. Individually, their impact might be limited. However, self-improvement or progress is about making small changes incrementally. If you're freaking lazy, chances you will suddenly get motivated and productive like Elon Musk overnight are really low. But what you can do is to start implementing these tips to gradually keep yourself motivated to work. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, but I would like to remind you that I have started a brand new channel called Interesting Enough, where I talk about interesting stuff like, will the economy collapse because of this virus? How long it will take us to create the vaccine? Is the Rothschilds family as rich as we think? And a lot of other interesting stuff. There are already a few videos you can watch right now, so head to the channel by clicking in the link in the description and subscribe.